Welcome back, man. Episode 80 of BrickShots with Billy and Tonio. Man, we are getting up there. Chris is over there looking like he's celebrating. Tonio, you doing okay?
Yes, I got fired from my job today. So you know when you get demoted in the Navy, sigh of relief. Everybody thinks it's a bad thing. Yeah, because I keep my rank.
Still so much less responsibility.
That
you hit him with that shit. Hey, you're lucky I showed up.
Yeah, bro. Because now I'm working like somewhere with some commander that's already there, bro. I might never come to work, like ever. I think short duty is about to become what it is. It's supposed to be for me.
Nice. Chris,
CEO, Christan.
Talk to me.
What's up, boss move? My fault.
Hey, I'm good. I just hope my
gotta let the people know the logo change and everything coming.
I'm the boss.
Yeah, my fault.
Let me have the floor.
My bad.
I just hope my employees are.
Damn, I ain't never seen a boss that couldn't talk. My fault, man.
Cat got his tongue.
My bad, boss. Old habit. My bad. Don't fire me.
Well, I'm gonna just end it like this. They say it's better to be pissed off than pissed on. So if you keep playing,
you ever been pissed on?
No, if your brother keep playing up there, you're gonna get pissed on.
Yeah, calm down, Odell.
All right, Blue Ski Master Slum God, what's up, dude?
Hey, Lions won. All is good. That's it.
That's fair. All right, Chris.
We're talking about NFL teams winning. How many points your team went by?
Hey, last I checked, a W is a W.
Also,
how many did we win by? Hold up.
Chris, how many y'all won by?
40. I'll ask the question. Let's go.
Last time I checked, one of them was the defending Super Bowl champions, and one of them just play arena football every week. So, hey, we can go with that. I got your back, Ski Master Slump God.
Appreciate
what
it.
My name say?
The Slump God.
No one's doing that. No one's.
He's not doing
I'm not reading
that.
We them boys.
Billy, how you doing,
man? Boys.
Dude, I'm doing good. The Ravens
doing shit. Cowboys won by 40.
It's like Matt said, a W is a W, but we did not look good. I was hoping we'd beat the Texans by 30, but we didn't. 16 is JK's out forever, so that's not good.
Can he get healthy?
Retirement.
No, I think because this is a contract year for him, I don't think we sign him again. And that's my favorite Ravens draft pick ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
A shitty one?
Where we got him at was a big deal, I think. Getting him in the second round like that, where we took him. It was just I'm never really excited for a Ravens pick because I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's what we should have done. So it's hard to kind of like even with the Lamar, as soon as they went to 32, I was like, oh, they're gonna go get Lamar Jackson. So it wasn't like so
you just know everything when the Ravens are gonna do it?
Yeah, because we're a greatly ran organization, unlike your organization.
Oh, that's weird because my team won this week.
My team also won, Matt. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Matt, that's not the argument you can make. Anyway, well, let's get into it. We all hate to get into it. Really don't want to get into it. But on my pick'ems last week, I had told Chris, I was talking cash shit to Chris, bro. And I'm a man, so I know when I'm wrong, bro, and I can admit that I was wrong. Once I seen Saquon fumble, I knew the game was over.
Dude, well, they were moving the ball that whole drive. I was sitting there like everything's good.
Bro, that first drive, I was like, hey, they finna beat the shit out of the Cowboys. And then, boom, a weak ass penalty took them out of the momentum for the rest of the game. One weak ass penalty. I know Jerry went up there and was like, hey man, I got you $1 million as soon as you get off anything. They driving too fast. And then it went downhill from there. If I was the Giants owner, I'd tell Saquon right now, it's over. Don't worry about getting a new contract from me. You got me embarrassed on national TV like that. You can go to the USFL or whatever it is. Don't come back to New York. That was a terrible display. Everybody want to put it on Danny, but if you got somebody in your face, every Tonio dropped back. Fuck you want him to do? Only reason why Eli was getting away with it is because his defense was half decent. So
yeah.
Are you
But-
saying you would rather
NASCAR
start Matt
package.
Breida?
What?
The
what?
running back.
Right. You said it was
That's the
Saquon.
Giants' backup if they get rid of Saquon.
Right.
No, I don't. I wouldn't start him. But hey, bro, we just paid
That
you
quarterback,
the
maybe.
we just paid you the millions you bitch for, bro. Run the ball. Stop being a hoe. I don't care. Matt, y'all know about it. Christian Barry Sanders ran that motherfucker with nothing.
Oh, but what about Danny Dimes? Y'all just paid him a grip.
Bro.
He can't elevate the team.
How you supposed
No,
to
but we
elevate
know
if you
he
can't even-
sucks.
Yeah, but
That
how you
offensive
supposed to
line
elevate?
played like shit. So the quarterback ain't getting nobody to block for him, and the running back, what he's supposed to run without a good old line?
Didn't
Yes.
Barry Sanders do it?
No.
Yes,
He
he
was
did.
in the backfield.
Doesn't
Luckily, ain't no
doesn't-
damn Barry Sanders. I can tell you that right now.
Doesn't Derrick Henry do it year after year?
They got a good old line.
No, they
No,
don't.
Had a
They
decent O line until this year.
Right.
Last year they were just hurt.
That's what I'm saying. How the fuck they blocking if they hurt?
The
Not a
Giants
good
ain't hurt
O-line.
first game of the season.
No, I'm talking about the Titans. I'm talking about I'm throwing these running backs out here that don't got a good offensive line that's making it make it and make sense, bro.
But you said
Saquon, you
Derrick
bitched
Henry.
about, huh?
You said Derrick Henry. The Titans ain't never had a bad old line.
Bro, Taylor Warren was hurt for 7 years straight. Like that was their
He was
best
hurt
offensive
last
lineman.
year.
Trump been hurt every year, like every year, Christian. That's why they let his ass go. He's hurt every year. That's
Yeah.
their best offensive lineman. No, bro.
He's a good
Like
podcast, though. He does. I'll give him that.
he does have a good podcast. Shout out to you, bro.
Shout out.
But nah, bro. He gotta make some shake. Goddamn, Danny out there running for his life. Fuck, I give up too. But to get to my second part of this, Dak still sucks. So we can. I've never seen so many. Let me hand you this miscue football in my life, bro. Field goal block to another defense. Man, I'm like, bro, we don't even
He'll
get
go
to
block
see.
right to a pick six.
Yeah, we don't even get to see Dak fuck up like he wants to because he don't get to get on the field. So yeah, Chris, that's what I got to say about that. What about you, Matt?
I think the momentum at the beginning of the game was just all that bullshit just kind of carried over, and I feel like the Giants just fucking gave in because that hit when they just dumped it off to Saquon, it's fucking raining, put a shoulder right where the ball is at, and like happens just fly up perfectly. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that never happens. I think it was just all that momentum, like the first 4 minutes of the game just carried them through. Giants just broke mentally, basically. They're like, we got Danny Dimes, Vanilla Vic leading us. We're not coming back from this, and they just quit.
Boss, how you feel about that?
I just feel like the better team definitely won, which is Dallas, but the Giants need everything to be perfect. And bad weather, penalties, they just can't, they don't have enough talent to overcome that. And it just got the best of them. But yeah, that's all I got. I really want to hear what Chris got to say.
I don't.
Me neither, for real.
But y'all want me to start? Y'all want me to start with the Giants?
No, because I know you're gonna. I know. Let Billy get it out the way real quick because I know you about to go into a dissertation.
So, not a dissertation. No, watching the game, playing somebody who had Dallas's defense, not happy. So, what are you gonna do? But no, it did. It looked awful. Like Danny Dimes, he gets paid way too much money. We all know he sucks. That's the thing. Is like Christian was saying. Well, what is Danny Dimes supposed to do? It's like, no, we knew he sucks. Like I don't care whatever he's paid. We knew he was going to suck regardless. But just like when Tannehill got paid, we're sitting here like, well, that was stupid, and then we just keep going with it because that's just the way the world works, right? But Saquon also did not help his case by fumbling the ball. He did not help running back's case because when you're down 16-0 in the first fucking 5 minutes of the game, who gives a shit who your running back is? It doesn't matter because you need a QB to fucking get you out of that. Now, does Dayball put a little too much trust in Danny Jones? Absolutely. But that's just where we're at. I do have a stat before it goes to Chris. If I told you one of these is Daniel Jones, 13 for 24 for 143 yards, or 15 for 28 for 104 yards.
He's the first.
I'm gonna go with the first one.
No,
Yeah.
that one was Dak Prescott. Still just fucking god awful. Just bad. I was given both awful stat lines just to see. But no, Dax was 13 for 24 and 143 yards. Pollard had 70 yards and 2 tugs. Chris.
Hey, but can we also, real quick before you go, Chris, also acknowledge it was bad weather. Like, it's gonna happen. Balls gonna slip, balls gonna come out bad.
Not if you're a run
I mean,
first
it's
team
not
like the Giants.
a
Like that
clear,
shouldn't matter.
sunny day. It's a wet, dreary first game of the week.
You're not the Chargers. No, you don't get that. Number one, in the professional ranks, that's number one. Number two, you're an NFC East team. That's what you're gonna have to play. You think Philly's gonna play like that in the rain? No.
What? But I don't expect them to drop 40. They are human. Like, hell, if you caught a ball in the rain, it's gonna be slippery.
Not when I'm paid millions of dollars to do
And
that.
wearing gloves.
So $1 million is gonna make your hands catch the ball better.
Yes, because I'm the best in the world at doing this.
There's maybe 10 other people better than you in the world.
Maybe that's what y'all
I'm
say.
just throwing it out there. Sorry. Chris, finally, the floor is yours.
Y'all want me to start with?
You don't got to talk with the
Give
Giants,
me a
man.
break,
Let's talk with
Chris. You
Cowboys.
can't seriously think that.
I'm just gonna make 1 point on the Giant. Well, 2 points. One, this is why running backs aren't going to get paid in the NFL. Saquon's easily the best player on that team, and once you get down 2 possessions, he can't be effective. It doesn't matter how good of a running back he is. We want them to run the ball at that point because all it's going to do is eat time off the clock. The other thing is the Giants' O-line is either god-awful or Micah Parsons is Lawrence Taylor 2.0. Both things are probably true. Let's be honest. Micah
Chris,
Parsons is the baddest motherfucker.
He's up on the 2.0 after they was
he's
on
good.
my
He's
ass
been
for a
defensive
month.
player of the year, runner-up every single season. Yeah, he's good. But Lawrence Taylor,
Lawrence Taylor won
pump
the
the
MV fucking P. Stop.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons.
Well, that was when quarterbacks were throwing for like 3 yards and 2 touchdowns over a whole year.
And not even throwing and still putting up Micah Parsons numbers. Everyone's throwing against Micah Parsons.
Everyone's trying to throw, but you can't throw when you're sitting on your ass.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Let's be for real. I ain't never seen Lawrence Taylor get manhandled. That little right tackle picked Micah Parsons up like 3 times. I watched it. Only reason why he got sacked because he was working that goddamn guard. That right guard was getting his ass worked. But that tackle was fucking him up sometimes. So I don't know if we're going to go all the way to the LT jump. But continue. That's the only thing I got to say.
So
Micah
Cowboys
Parsons
won by 40. By 40, 4-0. I believe they were the only defense to shut out a team in week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I said yeah already. Let's go.
Okay.
Get it over with.
So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this game. As much as I want to praise the Cowboys for having a good opening day performance for the first time in 3 years, they were playing the Giants. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Dropping a 40 bomb on anybody is impressive. Shutting a team out is impressive regardless of who you're playing. You're still playing against professionals. And like I said, no other team got shut out. And there's plenty of worse offenses than the Giants. I think the main takeaway from this game is that the Cowboys won 40-0, and Dak Prescott again had an absolutely horrible game. And on top of that, he had the most time to throw out of all the quarterbacks in the league with an average of 2.11 seconds. And that's 0.21 seconds faster than the next quickest in the league for week 1. So despite having the most time to throw of any quarterback in the whole league, he was barely able to accomplish 50% completion percentage and couldn't even manage 150 yards, had no touchdowns. The offense in general looked pretty fucking bad. This game was won by defense, and I don't think that's going to be something that can continue whenever we get to where we're facing elite quarterbacks, which is the problem this team's always had. Like I said last week, we own the Giants. They're our bitches. We'll beat their fucking ass every time we play them. We'll dominate them again when we play them later in the year. We might even beat them 50-0 this time because they're fucking garbage. But the problem's going to be when we play, I don't know, the Eagles. Like the Eagles got a good enough line to where that pass rush isn't going to be getting to the quarterback in half a second. And they got
Also,
a good enough offense to
that
put points
defensive
on the
line.
board.
I don't know if y'all getting him them seconds when that defensive line come to town. Jalen Carter's first week numbers was insane.
Tyron Smith
Yeah.
already went off the field with an injury too in week 1.
Oh,
It's still 17 more weeks of the fucking season. He
You know what
came
this
back.
is? This is just the epitome of early season Cowboy hype. Now everyone's
Yeah.
going to get hurt. It's going to fall off the wagon. Mike McCarthy's going to get suspended for gambling. It's just going to go downhill.
And Dak gonna be healthy and still just getting 112 yards. So yeah.
So here's what's going to happen. The Cowboys are going to beat the shit out of the Jets next week because their O-line is also god-awful. Zach Wilson ain't going to have no time to throw. We can put up 3 points and probably win that game. We'll beat the shit out of Arizona. We
I
are.
don't see it. Chris,
We're
their
2-0.
defense is good and your offense is ass too. So I don't know if y'all gonna beat the shit out of them.
We only need to put up a field goal on them though. And Zach Wilson, I don't know if you've seen it.
They probably
he gonna throw us
I've
the ball, baby.
Zach Wilson threw a great fade. He had 2 good throws. He had 3 good throws. 1 good fade into the end zone. We're just acting like if he played better than Dak and Danny Dimes.
Billy, his
Zach
best
Wilson
pass
could
was
just
to that
stop playing
linebacker.
Madden and getting the snap and just running straight back. If he could just stop doing that, he'll be fine.
Chris's mindset is the same mindset that the Jets have. All we need is 3, baby. This game and their defense is better than y'all. Like their defense is better than y'all, Chris. I don't care about y'all shutting because they actually play the offense. So all
right,
that's what that is.
Let's go from 2 god-awful QB performances. We'll add another one in Joe Burrow and the Bengals. What the fuck was going on in Ohio? Is it just Joe is scared to play the Browns, or Mr. Ohio is just he didn't play the preseason and he didn't have training camp again, and we keep giving him these excuses? Tonio, what do you think?
What it was.
Shit. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say something dumb, but it's just that Myles Garrett was playing a different sport, and it confused Joe Burrow on what they were doing. You're sitting there, crossed them up.
Myles Garrett is huge, dude. He's so fucking big and fast and so strong. It is fucking crazy to watch that guy play football.
I swear he reminds me of myself.
Not just
he's twice your height.
What, Christian?
Myles Garrett reminds me.
Just because you in charge, bro, don't be making no. Come on, bro. It reminds you of you. You was Warren Sapp 3 weeks ago. Sapp. Now you Myles Garrett.
I'm just going off a dominant presence up front. That's all I'm saying.
How do you feel about Joe Burrow's performance, man?
And with a hater.
I feel like they came in like it's just the Browns, and the Browns was like, well, we're gonna doo-doo on you. You get it, doo-doo Brown? Y'all know that is doo-doo Brown. Yeah, I just think Jamar Chase calling them elves and all that shit, and they was like, I mean, you and your quarterback ain't practiced together all summer, dog, except for this week's walkthrough. Yeah, I know y'all played at LSU together, but yeah.
I will say though, Jamar did eat his own crow, and he did say, I still call them elves. They're still elves, and we lost to a bunch of elves. So I will give him that. He did.
Props to him for holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect that, but like I said, man, when them great teams, because they're good teams, when them good teams go in against people like the Browns and they quarterback, only people scared of him, masseuses and shit. Ain't nobody really just thinking like, hey, they finna come in here and do us like that, but they did. It happens. I don't think it's nothing to look into too much. Myself, now week 2 they get their ass thrashed again, and yeah, might be time to look at something different. What do you feel about it, Chris?
Joe Burrow's gonna pick the Bengals defense apart. Ugh.
He
call me your CEO.
Chris,
superstar CEO.
I think his game was horrible too. I think the aside from Tua, the majority of the quarterbacks that played in week 1, like Tua, Cousins, and Stafford, were about the only ones that had really strong games. Most of the other quarterbacks had poor games. Burrows was probably the worst of all. I think the the Browns just have his number. He's got a 1-5 career record against them after this week. But even then, if you look at the numbers he's put up, they're not that bad. His average for all the 6 games, 26 for 41, 63 comp percentage, 260 yards, 1.7 touchdowns, 0.8 picks, but the 3.3 sacks to me is what stands out. The Browns they dominate that O-line. Garrett beats the shit out of them seemingly every time they play. I don't think he's ever comfortable out there against the Browns, and that's causing him to maybe rush throws. It doesn't seem like he can do anything against Cleveland in general. It's kind of like the Cowboys and the Giants. Like it's always a team that just has your number. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't think this will be a snapshot of what they're going to be going forward. I still think Burrow is going to be a top 3 quarterback in the league.
Yep.
I think Jamar Chase is going to be a top 3 receiver in the league. I do think that the lack of training camp time and most starters not playing in the preseason, we're just seeing week 1s that are slower in general from everybody. I think by week 2, definitely by week 3, we'll see the Joe Burrow that we're accustomed to seeing.
I will throw out there, too, the Bengals did start 0-2 last year also, so I don't think there's any panic in Cincinnati whatsoever. Maddie, how did you feel about it?
Going back to, I think the Browns do have Joe Burrow's number, and it's just simple as that. He's coming off a fucking leg, whatever his injury was that he's fighting through right now, calf. Like, things just weren't adding up. He wasn't practicing much, probably just going through walkthroughs, resting him, and then going against his kryptonite, basically. And I think next week he goes off and everyone forgets about this. And I hope so, because I drafted his ass and I lost because drafted him, played against Tyreek Hill. I was fucked.
Christian, on to you.
I just think early season jitters. They're kind of rusty. He'll bounce back. Definitely caught me off guard by surprise. I mean, Cleveland, they got a decent defense, but damn, I know there was that. I don't think they're that good. Just early season, Russ, they'll shake it off. They'll bounce back, and I think they'll be all right.
For sure. All right, so let's go. Speaking of that, am I missing anything? The Lions game. There we go. All right, so let's we'll let Matt go first with this one. Watching the Lions game, I do think it's a little different. How they won, the way they won, everything was going great for them. Matt, am I tripping on any of those things that I just said?
No, I mean, you can only play who's across from you. And we played who's across from us. We dominated them in the trenches, and that's how we won the game.
Is no one gonna say who was it? Jawan Taylor was just sitting there
Slot
with
receiver?
all these false starts.
I didn't, while the game was happening, I noticed he was going ahead, but then watching the replays, how far back he was, how I didn't notice and scream at my TV the entire time. He was lined up behind the entire offensive line. It does have a natural crescent to the offensive line, but he was just an anomaly, just way back there. And Hutch was beating his ass all. I'm surprised Hutch didn't get a sack. Just
if
because
they're not calling it though,
beats.
that's one thing. So say what you want about Collinsworth too. Collinsworth pointed that out and did a great job of being like, I don't think this is legal. He was just sitting there this is absolutely wrong. But I mean, if they're not calling it, why the fuck not?
But I don't know if obviously we all watch games Sunday, but that shit was getting called and everyone's like, oh, I think, what game was I watching? But it was put on right away. I think it was the Seattle Rams game. Someone, one of their offense tackles got called for it. And then I didn't see anything like that because, damn, who is that offense tackle? Busting with the Boys, Taylor Wan. I listen to their podcast a lot. He talks about jumping early, jumping the snap, every play's a false start for him. And then now the public just got to see in the world of offensive linemen, except for he just took it a little too far and fucked it for him.
Well, yeah, because it's also the same adage. There's holding every play. It's just how egregious is it going to be?
Yeah. But the thing is, if you're jumping the snap, before the snap, what if, that's got to take a lot of, mental clarity to do that every play without actually jumping and no one else is moving. That to me is actually pretty impressive.
Just that, half a millisecond.
Yeah,
just to make sure you're holding. Yeah.
Knowing he's about to say, hut, right now, and that's, when it's going to get snapped on, and you're already gone. And, what if, you get up to the line, it's it's no longer on 2, it's no longer on 3, it's on 1 right now, and like you just don't move, or like I don't know.
No,
You're putting yourself
just-
at a major advantage every play, because one of the key things that the defense can get out of it is jumping that snap count to be able to get that first step on you. And if you're the O lineman, if you're already upright in your blocking position before the lineman even stands up, he's got no chance.
I mean, but Hutch did have a chance. He had the most pressures this week, I'm pretty sure. He had,
That's a
or
credit
besides
to his
Jawan,
talent.
Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter had a crazy day.
Yeah,
I think he had 8
Jalen
pressures.
Carter
Hutch
had
had
the
7. Yeah, second most.
Christian, how'd you see the
Christian.
game as a fan?
He didn't watch it.
Oh, I watched all of it. I think the best thing is we didn't play our best football and won the game. That's great. Although they didn't have their best defender.
Oh my god!
We didn't play
Stop
our
it,
best
bro.
football and still won.
Yes, you did. That's how you won.
If we
Now,
play
we
our
did
best
have
football-
mistakes. I will add that Marvin Jones had the
Right.
longest streak of touches in the NFL without a fumble. He fumbled for the first time in his 12-year career. I was just like, what the fuck? And
In
then
the
we didn't
red
throw to
zone.
Marvin Jones anymore, which was, can't really do that. But
So that's something I took away from it. That's positive. But like I said,
That's
they were playing without their best defender and their best weapon offensively. But hey, a win's a win.
we're still without a starting corner, starting wide receiver. We're still without some pieces as well. I mean, obviously not on the level of Chris Jones, Travis Kelce, but like we still went in at a disadvantage as well. So
Y'all went in as 2 NFL teams who line up against each other. Ain't no disadvantage. It's wins and losses. But to say that y'all would play a better game, that's asinine. But I did pick the Lions to win because fuck Kansas City. Fuck the Mahomes. That's why. Don't fuck with the Mahomes. I don't got nothing on there. I was mad when Marvin Jones fumbled because I was like, you bitch. Because y'all was driving. Because like I said, when I'm rooting for one team, I want them to do good. I like the 1-2 punch with Gibbs and Montgomery. Gibbs to Montgomery, let them pound it. And then Gibbs to Gibbs.
Gibbs barely
let
got
him
any
get
PT, it felt like.
Shit.
No.
When he didn't get a lot of carries. I think he only got like 7 carries.
But
he
I
had
was gonna
7
say,
touches.
Gibbs' role is not going to be pound the ball. That's going to be David Montgomery.
Nah.
Gibbs is going to
See,
be the.
You guys
He's
got to
gonna-
listen to Dan Campbell's post-game comments was that Gibbs, this is his first game. He doesn't want to put too much on him right away. He just wanted to give him a taste of an actual NFL defense, not the preseason. And he expects to give Gibbs the ball a fuck ton next week versus Seattle. That's exactly what he said.
But I think it's going to be
I feel like my take
7
got,
carries, 7
like,
catches.
not listen to it. I literally just said David Montgomery pound the ball and get it to Gibbs in space. And Christian was like, I feel like David Montgomery just need to pound the ball. What the fuck are you listening to, bro?
Not what I said.
That is what you just said.
Of course,
Gibbs'
Montgomery's getting in
role-
between the tackles. He's 230 pounds.
I
So,
said
Chris,
Gibbs'
how did you
role
feel
is going to
about
be touch the ball in space. He's not going to be the give it to him 15, 20 times. He's going to touch the ball, receiving and rushing 15 to 20 times in more than just.
Chris, how you felt about it, man?
I kind of laughed when Christian said they won despite not playing their best ball, because I don't know if y'all seen this picture floating around the internet, but I got a copy of it. Have y'all seen that?
What? Milk.
That's Kadarius Toney's hands.
Yeah. Y'all ain't seen this floating around? They got Kadarius Toney's hands on the side of a milk carton. They've been looking for them bitches for about a week now. So to say that the Lions ain't played their best football and still won, you could easily say that about the Chiefs, because Toney dropped 2 or 3 big passes on third down.
We can't say the same thing because they didn't win.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Use it. A little
But if
technicality
we're talking
there, but
best ball for best ball, you're talking about a Super Bowl team versus a team that didn't make the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, for sure. If both of us played our best ball, we probably wouldn't win.
And
But I'm
they're
saying
missing their
when they're not
the
the-
best offensive player and the best defensive player.
Well,
But
Patrick Mahomes
enough about what could have happened. Most of us on this panel picked Detroit to win for the simple reason their O-line is really fucking good. Chris Jones wasn't going to play because he wanted his money. He still didn't get his money, but he's coming back for the rest of the season. We'll cover that later, I'm sure. And with Travis Kelce being a game-time decision and being ruled out, the deck was stacked against Kansas City to start with, and Matt made this point last week. Without Kelsey, who the fuck is Mahomes going to throw to? I didn't think that was going to be as big of an issue because, as I pointed out, Brady was throwing to me, Billy, and Matt his whole career, and he did just fine.
Hey,
and to me, Mahomes is a better talent. He's not yet a better player, but skill for skill, he's the best quarterback I've ever seen. And I just thought he'd be able to make it work. And turns out I had a little bit too much faith in him, and the Lions
throws
got it
a
done.
harder ball than Tom. It's not as catchable. It's way too hard on those fucking hard brick hands Tony's got.
Well, yeah.
Billy, what you felt?
I did think so. I picked the Chiefs because Super Bowl champions. I thought Patrick Mahomes. If Tony, I know if Tony catches the balls the perfect balls that were thrown to him from Mahomes, it looks. I think that game is a little different. I think if Kelsey plays, I think the Chiefs have won by 2 touchdowns. I do like that for Detroit because that is going to give them a lot of momentum carrying forward. Sam Laporta looks like a real tight end. Hopefully, it's not going to be like a Hawkinson situation where you guys got to trade him in division again.
You see that block he laid on the key fucking drive?
I did.
I didn't know he could block like that, but I did call him as the best tight end in the draft. So
he's from Iowa. They know how to block up there. But yeah, other than that, I just think Detroit they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. That's going to give them a lot of momentum going forward. But that division's looking a little not so easy to win again because again, my pick, the Bears, fumbled the ball and looked like shit against the.
Wait, you picked the Bears to win the division?
No. Last week I picked them to beat the Packers.
I was going to say you're dumber than I thought.
No, I picked the Lions. Fuck you.
Okay.
But you do think he's done.
Just a little bit. I mean, he's not a genius. He's not Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But what are we talking about here?
So did anybody watch the Packers Bears game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is Jordan Love? Let's just get a simple yes or no. We'll start with you, Tonio. Is Jordan Love the guy?
No.
Chris.
I really don't want to give a simple answer because I got so much to say, but it's a no. It's a no for me, dog.
You say me?
So much cooler with the do-rag.
It's complex, but yes, same thing as Daniel Jones.
So you said yes. Okay.
Yes, he is the guy.
I'm in charge. CMR.
EO.
I just say it's too early to tell. He looked good.
You gotta give me a
He
yes or
impressed
no
me.
right now. Yes or no?
Yes.
He did look like that guy. He had some great throws.
Yes or no, Billy?
No.
Yes.
I will say this.
Can we go into why
No,
we?
I think
you won't. Move.
He played
No, we can't.
better. And
Go
who's
ahead,
in charge?
No, I was just gonna say
Billy, go ahead.
a franchise quarterback is we're acting like they're supposed to be Mahomes or they're supposed to be a Joe Burrow, but sometimes they're a Kirk Cousins, they're a Matt Ryan, they're a
Billy,
Jordan.
I'm getting sick of this damn take, bro. Like you do this with
Billy, go ahead.
everything. Head
Hey,
coaches.
Billy, go ahead.
We're acting like that's supposed to be Nick Saban. Like, bro, hey, get a new goddamn
No,
take.
it's the same as like why Aaron Rodgers won back-to-back. Like Matt LaFleur helps quarterbacks. The same as Kyle Shanahan out in San Francisco. He's gonna whatever quarterback you put there is gonna do okay. Now Brock Purdy, is he better than the last ones? Yeah, he is. But all the quarterbacks they've had with him have done well, right? They've all gone to the playoffs. Same thing with Matt LaFleur, except for he's just had Aaron Rodgers the last few years. And now he's like, all right, I don't have one of the greatest of all time. So now I'm going to put my nuts on the table and put this quarterback who's been on the bench third string the last 3 years.
But I'm
And
not
his mom
saying,
is still in the fucking rafters.
Moving along, Billy.
Let's go. Our last NFL topic. Josh Allen. Finally, somebody else is saying it. Josh Allen is awful. Brian Daboll covered up so much shit from this guy. Me and Tonio have defended him because he is the run game for the Buffalo Bills. But when you had Cook in there who was actually helping you out, but you're just going to keep throwing pick after pick after pick. Ken Dorsey's calling all these passing plays when all you got to do is run a little bit of that clock. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, and Josh Allen is making these god-awful decisions with the ball and then fumbling the ball when he's supposed to be this brick shithouse, big frame, fast, scary, blah, blah, blah. Thank God someone's finally saying that he's not very good. Am I tripping, Tonio?
No, he ain't tripping. He's what they say about every black quarterback. He's a running back, and that's what he is. He's not a quarterback. He's a running back. All right.
Just a different
Couldn't
tone.
wait for that. Yeah, couldn't wait for that to come up. I've never thought that would be available, but thank you, Josh Allen, for letting me reach that milestone for my community.
You act
You're
like
running
Daniel
back,
Jones ain't been in the league the last 4 years. Come on now.
yeah, but Daniel Jones don't get none of the praise that Josh Allen gets every
But
year.
he's got the money.
You don't make the plays, Josh Allen either.
That bank account got the praise.
That's true. For both of them.
That thing's out there clapping.
I don't care about that.
So, Chris, we know that you hate black quarterbacks. How do you feel?
What a way to lead it.
Man.
You're a known racist. Would you like to?
Well, now that you gave me that lead in, I got to support the Caucasian fellows.
How about Matt Stafford, huh?
You know, there's only 18 of them now that are starting. Goddamn, y'all are taking our jobs, fuckers. No, I think the thing with Josh Allen is his best year was when he had Dayball, and since Dayball's left to coach the New York Football Giants that lost 40-0 to the Dallas Cowboys in Week 1, by the way, I think we've seen what impact he has on the quarterbacks. Daniel Jones went from looking like a backup quarterback to a very low caliber starting quarterback, and Josh Allen went from looking like the second best player in the league behind Mahomes to now somebody that's more middle of the pack.
So does Daniel Jones still look like a quarterback after he played them girls?
I thought he sucked to begin with because he's a running back that can't throw, but that's neither here nor there.
You talking about Josh Allen, right?
No, I'm talking about Daniel Jones. Here's the thing with Josh Allen. He's got the most turnovers in the league the last 3 years. He's also got the most touchdowns over that same time frame.
All right.
So
well,
what you
since 2018, does he still have the most touchdowns?
Well, goddamn, he only came into the league in 2018. He was barely throwing the ball then.
Yeah, I think
he barely throwing that motherfucker now.
Tyrod Taylor was there until he fucking blew out his back.
One of my favorite TikTok people. They always saying, "Oh, goddamn, Josh Allen out here throwing a pretty laser to the defense." He's always like, Josh Allen. He's a running back, Chris. You know how many yards Josh Allen had rushing? 36.
Last year of this game.
Just this game. 36, right? In 6 attempts. It took him, he shared the ball with his running back. I know he didn't want to, 12 times for him to get 10 more yards. Josh Allen's a running back, bro. They just need to go to an option offense and let the running back throw the ball and stuff on Diggs. Fuck it. He's just not. He's not what everybody. Every year people put him in the top 5 quarterbacks, bro.
Man, let me say,
except this guy.
He scores, but he also turns the ball over. Brett Favre did the same thing. Nobody ever said he
scored 16 points.
I'm saying,
Brett Favre has won a Super Bowl by now.
Fuck him or not, he scored touchdowns.
Yeah,
but he turned the ball over.
But he won the games. That's the thing. Josh Allen is losing the games.
But Buffalo's they haven't been winning the last few years. They're not one of the most winning games the last 2-3 years.
Christian, what does Matt like to say is, what have you done for me lately? They ain't done shit but get there. That's what they've been doing.
They've gotten worse every year. They made it to the AFC Championship game, and they made it to the semis.
I'll say this. Can any of our teams say that? All right.
Who?
I'm sure not New England. Any of our teams can we say that?
I'm sitting on 7. Y'all won't see 7.
When was the last time y'all was in the playoffs?
Last year.
2 years ago. Or last year. Yeah.
And what y'all do?
We lost. When the last time y'all was in the playoffs?
Was that with Cam Newton? Was that with Cam Newton like 3 years ago?
No, I can say something. I can say something. Y'all can't say y'all never won shit.
By who?
Y'all never won shit.
Y'all went.
Matt brought up Cam.
Josh Allen, and what happened?
Matt. Hey, Matt. No, Matt. This ain't to your side of the line. This is to Christian's side of the line. Y'all ain't never won shit. Y'all ain't gonna never win shit. I like Dan Campbell, but y'all gonna fucking suck forever. That's
Hey, and
no
I'm gonna
offense
be
to you,
honest
Matt.
with you. Y'all ain't going back without Brady. Forget about it.
At least I didn't decide when I was 10.
Like
What's the
Belichick.
most winningest team ever? I'm going to follow them. I stuck true.
That's because they beat your ass in your city to make you stick to. You too fucking scared. PTSD.
No.
They stumped you out in a random.
They weren't
county
good
island.
when
They
I was
like,
a Lion. When I started watching the Lions, the Patriots were not good.
it doesn't matter. They wasn't.
Brady
They
leaves,
was.
they suck. Brady, before
How
Brady
old
gets
are you?
there, they suck.
I'm 26 or 27.
How do
Sorry,
we
I'm
suck?
fucking old.
We had just we not
Dude, you
we
know
had
y'all
played Brett Favre in the Super Bowl, Christian. How we suck? Y'all have never been there, ever.
Matt brought up Cam, so I want to end off on this
Ever,
point.
Christian. And y'all gonna never.
Tonio,
You're gonna be
hold on.
dead before the Lions see a Super Bowl.
No. You gonna be dead before y'all get back there.
All right.
I know y'all want Brady to
Put
come
an
back,
obituary on it.
but he ain't. Brady ain't coming back. Y'all can forget about it.
So the way that Josh Allen plays, if he doesn't stop trying to be the lead rusher on the team every fucking game, his career is going to end up just like Big Ben's and Cam Newton's did, where by the time he hits his early 30s, he's going to be completely washed and a shell of his former self.
Ben was
Big Ben
still
had 2 Super
serviceable.
Bowls before he was 31 years old?
Yeah, I'm not talking about having
he
the
was
career. I'm talking about the end of the career. When Big Ben hit his 30s, his body had taken so much punishment, he was pretty much done as a player. He couldn't
I don't
move.
give
He
a
was
fuck
good
about
up
that.
until
I
his
don't want
last
2
season.
Super Bowls.
Big Ben was good until literally that last season. That was bad. That last season.
That was tough. That's when his body had taken too much. He didn't even
Ben
work
had
out
good
at that
numbers
point.
when he
was
had
just like,
AB.
fuck it.
Hey,
But you saw it
please
going down like the last 2 or 3
please-
years.
Please, somebody
After
insert
AB
a clip
kicked
of
that
him
punter in the
taking
face,
a
Big
snap
Ben stopped
and
trying.
just falling over. he said, "Huh," it just fell.
I'm just saying he's going to age extremely fast if he continues to take the amount of punishments he's taking willingly.
I agree.
So we're moving on to college football.
No, we gotta do our pick'ems, Billy.
Oh, I thought we were doing
Yeah, that was into the show.
No, end of the topic. Y'all don't listen, bro. Chris said
We're
the
going to
end
talk
of
about
the
NFL
topic.
and then stop and then bring it back up.
Chris,
No,
you
bro.
did say into the
Chris,
show, right?
he said end of the news for that
Just
subject.
Christian,
Say we
Just
cover the
shut up.
topics and then do the fun shit, the more pertinent information.
Exactly,
All
bro.
We ain't done with the topic. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So Thursday night football to kick it off. Philly versus Minnesota. Tonio.
Philly.
Go ahead, Chris. We're just going to go down the panel. We know what we're doing.
Okay. It's in Philly, so I'm going to take Philly on that one.
Is it me or is it
Yeah, we're going down the panel.
so Christian?
I'm gonna go Minnesota.
I don't like agreeing with Christian, but I think Minnesota wants a get back from Tampa Baker.
I thought you said he couldn't play night games, Matt.
Oh, wait, what
Oh,
time
yeah,
is
that's the other
game at?
thing. It's
I
a
didn't hear
primetime
that
game.
part.
It's prime time.
Oh,
Thursday
reverse.
night football.
Eagles by 30.
Definitely
Okay.
Eagles then. Yeah.
2 pick sixes by Kirk. Sorry, I didn't hear that first part, boys. I apologize.
So, all right. Kansas City at Jacksonville.
Chris Jones back.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Chris Jones and Kelsey should be back because he probably could have played last week, but they were playing it safe. I think Kansas City's going to get in the win column this week as well.
Okay.
They're not getting embarrassed by 2 fucking terrible. Oh, sorry.
KC in a shootout.
Okay.
Kansas City and
Is
it's
that a
not
clean
close.
sweep?
Kansas City is not close. They're not getting embarrassed by the Lions and then Jaguars in back-to-back weeks. That's not happening.
Well, I was about to say Billy ain't picked the last team.
Oh, so he could
I
just be
picked
doing
Philly, too.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You picked who?
Philly.
Oh, and who you picking now?
I'm going Jacksonville. I'm trying to make up some points in my picks. That's the only reason I'm going there.
I respect.
Bro just want to lose. Like,
I have to make up the point. If everyone's gonna go sweep, if I can get this one dub, I did it with the Jets. So fuck y'all. All right.
I picked the Jets too.
No, you didn't, Tonio.
I did pick the Jets. That's how I know this shit is wrong.
Bruh.
Bro, fuck that. Go to the video after the show.
No,
Christian
you said fuck Aaron Rodgers, the Bills.
Yeah, you fucking hate Aaron Rodgers.
I did say that. Yeah, fuck Aaron Rodgers.
I did say that. All right. Now we got Miami and New England. Tonio, going with the hometown team, or is Tua and Tyreek too much?
I'm going with New England, bro. We put up the game against Philly. At first, he was getting our ass whooped bad. I'm going New England. I'm a glutton for punishment, man. Fuck it.
Chris?
He damn sure a glutton for punishment. Unless they sack Tua and bounce his head off the turf early, if Tua plays all 4 quarters, who the fuck is going to stop Tyreek and Waddle? Tyreek going to have another 400-yard game.
He played really good for New England. I just want to throw that out there.
I forgot about him. I was going to say, I can only name one person from that secondary, but
Christian. And Tyreek's still going to put up 400 yards on their ass.
Man,
Miami's going to win.
You worry about the players on the field. Bill already mad. That's why we came back. Girlfriend already done left him, Chris. We gonna
Bill should have been mad 3 years ago.
It ain't about the X's and the O's. It's about the Willies and the Joes. Okay, and they ain't got nobody on the level of Tyreek Hill.
Silly goose.
Who? Huh?
It's the Jimmies and Joes.
Yeah, but you're Willie.
That ain't what Chris Carter said.
Yeah, fuck Chris Carter though. Why are you listening to that idiot?
Yeah, Chris Carter, get out of here. Christian,
what platform is he even on anymore? He should be fired.
I don't listen to him no more. I used to listen to him on First Things First, then he left and show went to shit.
No, he was just shit.
Christian, go ahead.
He's molded your sports mind the wrong way.
He'll put some knowledge on your head.
Christian, put a pick on your head.
I got Miami.
Hater.
So where's the knowledge at?
Matt.
I feel dumber listening to that.
Miami's going to be able to score. New England's not going to be able to.
All right, well.
Oh, my God. That's a fucking breakthrough right there. What's going to be your next invention?
In about a week, Tua's going to get suspended for PEDs because that arm had some fucking life on those balls.
Yeah.
And they asked if he had arm strength, like where he got it, and he's like, that's 466-yard arm strength. That's all you need to know. And I like that from him. So, Tua.
Going Miami? All right. I will say,
hey Billy. So now I take the lead when New England upsets them.
No, because you got to come up by 3.
So I will. I'm going Miami. Also, I've been a big. I know
I got the W now, baby.
So
no, he's got to make a TikTok video first. It ain't set in stone till that happens.
Bingo. That's where it is. Yeah.
You should contradict yourself on TikTok.
Yeah.
No, don't you fucking do it. Bro.
I'm gonna take Miami. Today we got.
Make sure you watch the pod, but I'm gonna take the other team on this video.
So I've been a Tyreek hater for pretty much his whole career, just because I think he's a one route guy. But every year he always shows me a little bit more. And then last week with that catch where he shouldn't even seen the ball, just kind of gave me some good Tyreek impressions. So I'm going Miami also. Our next pick, Tonio, it's Baltimore.
Hold on, Billy. Hold on. Oh. Deontay Wilder's a one-punch guy. How's that worked out in his career?
Tyson Fury.
Boxing and a wide receiver is different.
I'm just saying, if your one trick is the best in the fucking world, you can get away with it. Nobody can catch him. Nobody can run with him. All he can run is just 9 routes, and that's all he's got to do.
60 yards back. He'll be fine.
Just let him wait. It's just
Tonio. We'll scheme against it. Huh?
Baltimore or Cincinnati?
I'm going Baltimore. I think Odell gets more touches. I'm going Baltimore. I don't think, like you said, history repeats itself. Since he 0-2 for the year.
All right, I like that pick.
They're playing in Cincinnati, and I think Cincinnati had such a completely fucking garbage week 1. They're going to come out trying to prove themselves, and I think they take the dub. Cincinnati for the win, Billy, just for your record-keeping purposes.
Thanks. I got you.
Jot that down.
Christian.
I'm going
sleep.
Cincinnati.
Basically, the reflection off the top of his head.
Christian, what the fuck going on with you? You drunk?
Are you praying?
No, I'm trying to handle something.
Try-
I was praying while y'all interrupting. I'm going Bengals. Cincinnati. They bouncing back. Damn, y'all rude. Praying while y'all interrupting.
I don't like. I want to go against it because I don't want to keep agreeing with Christian, but I think Joe Burr gets some of his swagger back. I think Cincinnati, even though it goes against my fantasy team, it's all right. Well, actually, both of them. I got both these quarterbacks in 2 leagues. Fuck. Cincinnati.
So
Look at that
Disrespect
polo.
the
Look at
Ravens.
that polo. Look at that chain.
what? So
Hey, this is about being right, Billy. It ain't about your goddamn fandom.
no,
Pick
I'm
the
not
one's gonna
silly,
win.
Chris. Are you crazy? No.
Okay.
Hey, Billy, that's a fucking lie.
Hold
I
on.
just did it, bro.
So I was gonna go Cincinnati, but if Tonio gets this pick right, we're never gonna live it down either. It's gonna be worse for me than everybody else. So I think I'm gonna ride with Baltimore.
Go with
No, that's
Cincinnati,
fine.
man. That's where you want to go.
No, I'm riding Baltimore. I'm just not making a TikTok of it.
So they got a fighting chance.
Yeah.
They're in good hands this week.
Oh, all right. So let's go. Let's move on to college, and then Matt's favorite subject of college football is prevalent again.
Dion? We
It's
talking about
Deion
Prime?
Deion Sanders.
We're talking about Travis Hunter.
In the 2-0 Colorado Buffaloes. Tonio,
Oh,
I know you watched the game.
You
What's
said
your
what
read?
now? I just want to say that Tonio told him, I don't have to say it anymore. I told Christian. He didn't believe again, I don't think. No, actually, he said, fool me once. He said, fool me once. My bad, Christian. Christian, no. Christian knew. I don't know. I think Matt's dumbass said, I got to go with
number one in
Matt
pick'ems.
Rule.
My dumbass. I don't want to hear
I
it.
got to go with Matt Rule in Nebraska because those boys can block. And that's what he said. It's going to be more
I didn't say anything
physical
about
and all
blocking.
that. Yes, you did. Shut up. You were
I
wrong.
said maybe more physical. I didn't say anything about blocking.
Yes, you did. You were wrong. All right. And that's okay, Matt, because we've been
It's okay.
we've been
Mr.
on this
third
little.
place in the pick'ems.
I'm second. So there you go. With
Mr.
that.
Middle of the pack, Tonio.
I'm literally right behind you.
You're one ahead of Christian. I don't want to hear it.
Everybody's one ahead of Christian, except for you.
At all times.
Yeah. But nah, bro. What I want to take away from this game is, like I told y'all, Tonio told you, hey, that defensive coordinator will adjust that defense, and everybody expected the offense to come out shooting right away, and they didn't. But guess who did? That fucking defense. They came out, had Jeff Sims. It's Jeff Sims. He turned the ball over historically
a guy named
a lot.
Chubba.
Oh, yeah.
So, dude, if Jeff Sims doesn't turn the ball over, Jeff Sims is one of a Heisman hopeful or whatever they call it. If he didn't turn the ball over like that,
well, he does, so he's not. And that's what Colorado made him do. They got a lot of pressure. They were rocking from the gate, like first handoff, backfield, lost three. The defensive line, smaller guys, but they're quick. And they high energy because of their coach. Deion just doing it, bro. And I think that the rest of America is catching on because I don't know if you knew this, but guess what was the most watched football game Saturday, bro?
Over Texas and Bama.
Also,
fucking crazy.
Colorado
Nebraska does have a huge fan base.
Yeah, but that they were at the game. Like
not over
you
Texas
seen them
and
in the
Bama.
stadium. Yeah.
Rating it was. Viewers, it was not. Rating it was.
How the fuck they get rating? Is there a fucking thing pops up 4 or 5 stars and I can click it while watching?
It was
it's a good ass game.
It was 8.7 million viewers, and Texas had 7.9 million viewers, Billy.
That's because Texas just doesn't love ball like the rest of the world.
No, it's opposite. It's the because the
I'm
same.
I'm literally looking at the article, Billy.
Fuck. If I would have pulled it up, I didn't know we were gonna do it. But
either way,
unprepared. Get me the fuck out of here.
Either way.
That's why Christian's the boss.
Yeah. either way, Dion got them boys rolling, and it's gonna be something to see. I know a lot of people was like, "Oh, they're not gonna do good." Well, hell, he already done eclipsed where they were supposed to be. They went 1-11 last year. Now he's 2-0. They ain't beat Nebraska since 2001 or something like that. 2018. They beat Nebraska. They ain't beat Nebraska where they was at because Nebraska was ranked. No, yes.
Nebraska hasn't been ranked since I was 14.
It was some stat about Colorado not.
Since Sue left, they ain't been shit.
No.
Yeah.
When the last game in the Big 12 was the last time they played. Was Nebraska's last game in the Big 12.
Yeah. So yeah, bro. But it's not. We don't have to go into it, bro. Like this dude is just blessed, bro. And he just putting it on. He out here showing it, strutting in his greatness. Everybody still calling him cocky. Nah, bro. Like, if I know what I can do, if I know what I've been doing my whole football career, coaching or from playing to coaching, I've been winning. I know how to win. I know how to motivate guys that might not even be as good as they are to win, but those guys are good. Shedeur is cementing himself into a Heisman probably finalist for real. What's his name? Travis didn't have that big of a game loudly, but he allowed 0 catches on himself. So That's what he's out there for. And he played another 112 plus snaps. So, and he made 30-15. 30-15. Who can I go to? Travis Hunter. And so
he made like 6 people miss on that play.
Was that game in Colorado or Nebraska?
That was their first game. Yeah.
So he's playing all those snaps in altitude.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, bro. But how you feel about it, Christian?
Man, I felt like Jeff Sims was a big problem. Nebraska, I'm not going to say they would have won, but I think they would have put up more of a challenge if he didn't turn the ball over. I think they might have to go to quarterback and maybe make some changes. I hate to say it because I thought Sims was going to be impressive. Huh?
Wait, you say you thought Sanders was going to be impressive?
No, Sims. Jeff Sims.
Oh, no, they can't. That dude behind him not better, bro.
But he's turning the ball over. You just can't compete with it. And that's where it's hard. Like Sims is a better player, better athlete, but he's turning the ball over. So, do you keep turning the ball over?
You just praising fucking Brett Favre and Josh Allen.
Playing
the same shit.
Jeff Sims ain't scoring like Brett Favre was.
He scored the only touchdown.
Oh, so that matters? Shit, I didn't know.
Hey, but Christian, he scored. Christian, he scored their only touchdown
on the ground. Did that. I'm not asking my quarterback to lead me in rushing touchdowns. Can you give me a touchdown pass?
That's literally what Josh Allen does to his team every year, Christian. Leads them in rushing touchdowns.
Josh Allen don't throw touchdown passes.
I mean, he could. Not in the red zone.
Because if I'm not mistaken,
not in the red zone.
30 touchdown passes every year he's been in the league.
Yeah, not in the red zone.
At least thrown wise.
No, I mean, we probably can go look up Jeff Sims now. I'm pretty sure he throws touchdowns. Either way, how you felt about
he was a big reason why. They didn't have a chance.
So Matt, you got this pick wrong.
Yeah. I thought Blake, not to go off what Christian said, but I'm not going to dig myself a hole because I don't have another backstory behind it. But if Blake Sims was just more competitive in that game, they have a better shot. Now, I think Colorado probably still wins even if Blake Sims plays his best game. Jeff, whatever. Fucking doesn't matter. He lost the game. Fuck him. So unless he turned
Blake Sims the Alabama quarterback in like 2014.
Yeah, I think so. They got to be related or something. I don't know. But then you can't go. You can't.
Two black guys.
No,
that's crazy shit right
there.
Guess
what? Guess what? Where I was going with that is that Chubba Purdy is related to Brock Purdy. You can't go to a guy named Chubba as your quarterback. He could be your running back, but he can't be your quarterback.
How you felt about it, Chris? I know you watched.
Damn, he left.
I'm all on board with Prime. I don't know if they're gonna go undefeated, but until they play a ranked team, they're not losing.
They played a ranked
You
team.
look like a runaway tampon right there.
They played a ranked team in TCU. God damn, that was funny, Matt. Shit.
You talking about the team that had like 2 starters from the team last year?
See,
That ain't the same team. I'm not.
Hey, just keep changing the goalposts. Just keep changing the goalposts on Prime. Just do whatever.
How'd you feel about it, Billy?
I just said they're gonna go undefeated till they play a ranked team. How am I moving
How do you
goalposts?
feel about it, Billy? Also, I got a hot take real quick, Billy. One of my homeboys pointed out to me that until he sees Caleb Williams play, like
I'm seeing how hot it is.
until he sees Caleb Williams play some competition because he has not.
Damn, who did it last year?
You said what? No, you talking about this year.
Last year, and then also in Oklahoma. Never
This
played
year, he says until he sees them play Colorado, then he thinks Shador done went through more because they turnaround has been tougher than what USC just came from because USC was good last year.
Mark my word right now, USC giving them the work. It might be a shootout, but Caleb Williams giving them the work.
Yeah, but Colorado can run the ball. USC cannot
No,
stop
they
the
cannot.
run.
No, they cannot.
Hey, they have a running back.
Giving them the work.
How come they can't, Billy? Dylan Edwards can run the fuck out of the ball.
No.
Wilkinson can run the fuck out of the ball. Savion Wilkinson can run the fuck out of the ball.
The Colorado Buffaloes average 2.6 yards a carry.
Yeah, because why do they need to run the ball like that? And Billy, also, how many when you was in high school, what your coach say we need? 3 a pop.
Yeah.
I always heard 4 pop.
No, 3 a
That will
pop.
get you a first down no matter what, but
you can get a first down.
a 3-yard run is a
good.
good run.
That's a good run. For a back, they're starting back, Billy, probably like 185.
I'm just throwing it out. I'm just saying
You're
Colorado's
a fucking hater. You moving the goalpost.
No,
You're
I'm
moving
not.
It was here and now it's here, Billy. What the fuck, dude?
No.
Hey Billy, you good?
It's gonna be off the screen.
Hey Matt, gotta stop. The ball
it's gonna be off the screen.
Daddy's talking.
So here it is.
No, he's just Christian now.
Upon my request.
So obviously I love Dion. Me and Tonio have been on Dion since a year and a half ago. I don't want to hear nothing. All right, JSU. That's what I'm talking about. Go Tigers. Who look like dick without Dion. Just throwing that out there too.
They beat the fuck out of FAMU, Billy. Shut up. You don't follow. They got whooped that first game, but
yes.
And they
So I didn't watch the second game. But I will
TC,
say
shout out to you, bro. You're doing a good job. It's hard to live up to them shoes.
So I will say though, because Dion has even said we need to figure out our running game. Our running game needs to get better. That was my second thing. But Shador does look incredible, looks as advertised. If anybody ever watched any HBCUs, which they didn't, so they're just going to assume that he sucks and this is all luck and blah, blah, blah. And the goalposts, and my argument for these goalposts changing was, all right, let's see Dion play a D1 school. He goes and beats TCU. And then it changes to, well, TCU didn't really fucking, there were only 2 starters from that team and blah, blah, blah. Boom, whatever. Moving on. Now you go to Nebraska. It's like, okay, so now you're going to play some 5 and 4 stars. So you're really going to get it handed to you. And then they win again. And now it's wait for USC and Oregon. It's like, okay, if that was your argument, you should have just started with wait for USC and Oregon. That's what you should have just started the thing with. And I think the hate would be so much less. Now, us who rep Prime and support him, we have to go above and beyond and sound like crazy people because of the crazy hate that he's getting from the other side. We have to attack it with this super positivity because now that they're favored against Colorado State, I do think this maybe changes a little bit of the narrative to where they have been the underdog the whole time. We've had all the bulletin board material to what can Dion do with a team that everyone's hyping up now. So I do think that is going to be not challenging per se because I do think Colorado State is going to be an ass team anyway, and I think Colorado wins going away. But I also know myself, and I watch college football like nobody's business. I have never watched a Colorado football game. I have watched 2 this year already. So, I mean, I think that shows you what Dion is doing to that program over there in Buffalo or in Colorado, excuse me.
Billy, you say moving the goalposts. Do you think it's like the way that I'm looking at it is I think Prime's already proven that he can handle his shit. outside of in the FBS,
Yeah,
where all the
FCS.
big boys are. Yeah, I think he's already shown that he can handle that level of competition. So whenever I'm saying like I want to see him versus a ranked team that we know is good, like the USC game, because I'm already considering him. He's already good enough to be able to beat all the other teams on the schedule. I want to see how he does against the cream of the crop level team.
This my thing too. And I said it before he came in. These are the games that I think he can win too. Everybody was like, well, he can't beat TCU, and then he did. But I think I've seen Texas Tech should have beat Oregon. All right. That's hands down, they should have beat Oregon. Yep. Bo Nix is ass. I fucking hate Bo Nix. I don't know why I hate him, but I fucking hate Bo Nix. And he's always in the Heisman race. I don't fucking know why. I don't know what his dad donates to Nissan every year to get him in the Heisman voting, bro. But I know he does it. But I fucking hate Bo Nix. But Billy them should have beat. They shouldn't be 0-2 right now. They should have beat Oregon. I think I have high faith that Colorado will beat Oregon, and I don't think Christian think that USC is going to blow Colorado out.
That's not what I said. I said it's going to be a shootout, but Caleb Williams is going to dominate the game. I didn't say they was going to get blown out.
So Chris, let me just real fast, Tonio. Hold on. So that's what I'm saying, Chris, is like no one's saying like you specifically moving the goalpost. I'm saying the argument overall has been since when Deion showed up, why are we hyping up Colorado already? They're about to play TCU, and it's Deion has never played Division I and blah, blah, blah. And then he does it. But then the argument becomes, oh, well, TCU only had 2 starters from going to the national championship. That's what I'm saying with the goalpost. And then if he beats Oregon, that's where my thing is if. This is a big, big if, because I don't think like Tonio said, though, I support Deion a lot, but Oregon is a good team. But if let's say Colorado wins against Oregon, now the goalpost, I truly believe this in every ounce of my heart, is the goalpost is going to be then, oh, well, Bo Nix fucking sucks. He couldn't start at Auburn either, so blah, blah, blah. And that's where this narrative is going to change for Prime. And it's just going to always be this moving goalpost where he's not going to be good enough.
What's going to happen, Christian, because I'm directing it at you since Caleb Williams don't give him that work, as you keep saying. What if he doesn't? What if their defense sacks him a lot?
And I'll eat that.
I'm saying though, but I'm asking you, what's the goalpost move then?
It's not
then
one.
It's gonna be like
specifically for Prime is what he's saying.
Let me say something.
I'm talking about for Prime. I don't care about the game. I'm talking about because that's the game that they'll be like, oh, this team is legit as fuck. They just beat USC. But then they'll be like, well, they didn't make the playoffs last year, so USC ain't that good.
Well, let me say what I would. This is what I've observed, and this is what I'm taking from it. Before the season, I didn't know what to expect. I'm just thinking, hey, you put this team together, there's no way it's going to work that fast.
I tried to tell you, as your friend, I feel like you, as your older friend, I feel like you're supposed to listen to them old heads, bro, but you didn't.
But again, I ate it. Hey, y'all was right about that. So I'm not going to fight that. What I'm saying is, what Colorado does, they got weapons. I don't see, and I'm not impressed with what they're doing with that offense and defensive line. I'm not. Receivers, running backs, they got that. So if it's a shootout with anybody, which USC is going, it's probably going to be a shootout. I think Caleb Williams is better than Shedeur. I think that's going to be the difference. I think if they get in the shootout,
it's not a crazy.
That's not a crazy take. That's not a crazy take. But Shedeur was in the same situation last year as Steve McNair. When Steve McNair had that fucking it's not different.
With me,
hold on.
I'm not comparing none of those.
Steve McNair got the invite to New York for the Heisman, though.
Yeah, but he wasn't gonna win that shit, Billy.
I'm just throwing it out there. Shedeur didn't even get the invite.
That's what I'm saying. But he should. His numbers was good enough. He was winning enough. Like I said, just because of the level of talent that was looked on, like Shedeur gets this nod, and I'm not saying you, Christian, but Shedeur gets this nod as, hey, I'm a high school quarterback because I just played in the FCS. That's not the case. And because he still probably ain't better than Caleb, but he ain't sorry. I ain't saying you saying that, but if he outduels, if he outduels him, if he has a Shedeur Sanders type game and Colorado happens to win,
But
the Heisman should go back to the Buffs. That's
let me
just
say,
how that is.
let me say this. I don't think Shador and is going to throw a lot of picks or the receivers aren't going to show up. I think Colorado's going to do that every game. They're going to throw 300-400 yards. The receivers going to have hell of a game. I think it's going to be in the trenches where they got to run the ball to win the game is going to be the difference. They haven't had to do that.
They have a better running game than USC's.
They're not playing in the SEC,
the
though.
Quarterback is better. Let them run into teams that UCLA where they can throw the ball and have good line play, offense and defense.
But they don't. That's why USC didn't make the playoffs.
No, I'm saying that's why I say UCLA. USC, I'm saying.
So you're saying that UCLA is better than USC?
No, but the different styles is different. It's like, okay,
if they beat USC, then they can't beat UCLA. I'm confused.
No, because it's a matchup game. They can shoot out with whoever. But when you play a team that's okay, for example, let me think. Utah, it's a gritty game, run the ball. I think Utah will handle them. But then USC, you ain't got to do that. You could air it out all day because they're doing it. So it's a matchup thing with them. That's the way I look at it. I'm not saying they are going to lose to this team. They're going to beat this team. I'm just saying
the Utah argument was way better than the UCLA thing. That's okay. Yeah. You cleared it up. I got you. But let's move on to the big quote unquote game of the the big game of the night, which was Texas Alabama. My famous TikTok. I was wrong again. The SEC just keeps letting me down. I just thought they were the best conference by far, and it just doesn't look that way this year.
Well, the Longhorns are going to be an SEC team, Billy. You were a little bit too early on it.
So
it's okay, though. I'll give you a pass.
Hold on. I'll let you go, Chris. But before I say anything, Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. But Texas, Alabama, Texas really did look like they belong in the SEC. Tonio, you're our famous SEC narrative pusher. How did you feel about that game? Because you called me. We talked for the last couple minutes of this game.
I feel like after going back, because I like to watch games over, especially games I think that that should have been won by the SEC school when they playing outside conferences. I went and watched, and everybody put it all on Milroe, but nah, we got to go back.
Tonio, I just want to throw it out there. You were also putting it on Milroe.
I was, but Milroe, ROE.
I got you. Yeah.
ROE. I was, but that's why I said I went and watched back. Went and watched the game back again, bro, because Butler got a free trial of YouTube TV, so you can do that. Didn't know it, but I like it. So I went back and watched it, right? Shout out to YouTube TV. Sponsor us, man. Get us some more views. What the fuck y'all got going on? It was not on him. Because we talked. He delivered a lot of dope passes that people's gonna overlook. But also, as an offensive coordinator, that's where it got shambled. Because I told you, Billy, I was like, I'm thinking, all right, bet. They saying that this quick drop back shit ain't working because Texas defensive line was destroying the offensive line. So first of all, the offensive line gave him no help at all. Like, he looked the same as Daniel Jones. Like, he's just more athletic, so he made more positive plays than Daniel Jones did because he's faster, right? But I was talking to Butler, bro, and I was like, all right, as an offensive coordinator, because it's Nick Saban, bro. You expect for him to just be like, all right, let's make some adjustments. But that he like more on the defensive side. On the offensive side, he kind of let the offensive coordinators do their thing, right? Well, this offensive coordinator set Jalen Milroe up for failure, bro. Because you see how the first half went. Bro, this is what you do. You go and take a page from early Alabama. You go and pull out that Jalen Hurts playbook. Hey, we're going to zone read. We're going to zone read, and then you take off. Because once y'all going to get tired of us running the ball, y'all going to get tired of him. He don't get tired of running. He like fucking running. That's what he like to do. You do that, and then fuck it. Let's get in the eye, bro. Like, the offensive line getting slaughtered, that's cool. As long as they put a body on somebody, we got a fullback, or they like to use famouses over there, tight ends and defensive end, athletic ass defensive ends to block. Let one of them get a hand on, let the running back get up there and just wear them down. They didn't do that in the second half. So I think now did Texas play a hell of a game? Yes, I'm not gonna take anything from Texas. I'm pro SEC always, but Texas played probably the best game they're gonna play this year. Actually, if they met up again, I think Alabama beats the fuck out of them. But it was a bad game from every element, including Nick. First of all, that culture around Alabama is changing, and we seeing it right in front of us. I've seen a running back with a pacifier mouthpiece. That's not Nick Saban football, bro. Like Nick Saban is, huh?
Did you really?
Yeah, the running back had a mouth, and Butler pointed out, he was like, "Look at that shit, man. We don't do that." And even the fans know that that's not shit that they do, bro. So I don't know if Nick just out there like, fuck it, I don't want, or is he just like stressed and want to put his hands on one of them again, and you don't want to get in the media.
I think Nick is a couple years away from being on that college show with Pat full time.
See,
he's not gonna put up with this shit for I
don't think, bro, because I think the world being so PC, you can't be that aggressive ass coach because now you getting charged. Every coach you look up getting charged for something or doing something, talking bad, like it's crazy. So Alabama played a terrible fucking game. That's like all the way around, but it was terribly coached as well. They got Steve Sarkisian out coached them, and the offense and defense outplayed the fuck out of them. So yeah, that's what happened with that.
Matt, is that how you saw the game?
Not in not so many words. Texas outplayed them from start to finish, pretty much. They belong in the SEC next year, as it looks right now.
Also, for the show, Christian changed his pick from Minnesota to Philly.
Thank you, sir.
For the pick'ems, Billy. So I wanted to know just in case.
But you can't go back 10 minutes later.
Hey, come on. You keep saying that.
Hey, the game ain't started. We still in the show. We will allow that. We're not going to allow it when the game starts like you try to do with the fucking Jets and Bills this week. But
bingo.
If he's doing it mid-show.
Christian, my fault. Christian, how did you feel about the game? I know you didn't watch it because you was at the game that you were supposed to live record from. Trash.
Bum.
It was y'all was asking too much. I was trying to enjoy a nice outing with my
Christian. We're trying to make this game.
Bro said
I sent photos of me at the college football playoffs.
Bro said a nice outing like he wasn't in bumfuck Starkville where they don't even like what you look like out there. And you talking about all them fucking cowbells going off and you like, nice out. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck Mississippi State.
Hey, I get where you come from, you Ole Miss fan, but from the highlights I just saw Texas just outplayed them.
What you think, Chris?
Let me first just state I don't often watch college football games because I dedicate my entire Sunday to watching NFL games from noon till about 11 at night. And if I did that on Saturday and Sunday, I probably wouldn't be married for too much longer. And I kind of like keeping the wife around, so I don't get to watch too much college football. But just based on that, before I give my thoughts on this game, just want to throw that out there. So these takes might not be as knowledgeable as say Tonio's or Billy's, for example. But to me, I also don't know player names for the same reason. So I'm gonna just be throwing out team and position.
All you gotta do. So you don't know the players' names. We get a sorry John. Bada bing.
Yeah, just call him fucking Jimmy Smith.
It's gonna be like that the whole fucking time then.
All right.
First thing that I noticed,
John likes to be seen.
Bama's quarterback, then he doesn't look like the last few Bama quarterbacks.
Sorry, John.
He doesn't look like a Bryce Young. He doesn't look like a Tua. He looks like a guy. Whether or not
can I say something real quick? And Chris, I hate to cut you out, but can I say why? He don't look like that
because I don't know why.
Because of the fucking weapons that those two had up until last year. Bryce didn't have the weapon. Bryce is way ahead of him because Bryce ain't Joe. Bryce is a pocket passer.
It definitely didn't look like there was no Jerry Jeudy or Devonta Smith on the outside.
And that's why like that wide receiver room Tua was
Jalen
number one
Waddle.
on a lot of like that was a number one on a lot of our lists. Because until this last game when he started taking steroids, Tua ain't look good in the NFL at all. So, but that's all I had to say, man. Their wide receiver room and the backfield. The backfield was way better. Like you got fucking sorry, John. What's his name from Pittsburgh?
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris, Damian Harris, what that too?
Josh Jacobs.
No? Yeah, like all of them just came out of there. Now you got whoever.
Yeah.
So
that's true for a lot of places though. The Bama team in general doesn't look like Bama teams that I've seen bits and pieces of before. The D line wasn't really getting to Quinn Ewers at all, from what I could see. It looked like just an ordinary D line. The secondary again did not look. We did our D-back U a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty sure we had Bama up there.
Yeah,
they didn't.
Kool-Aid gave up a lot of shit, bro. And I was just like,
now they didn't look good. Texas
had
two. They had two good receivers. One was catching the deep touchdown passes, and the other one was just making big play after big play. It felt like. And
I will say on Kool-Aid's behalf, what's his name? Quinn. What's the quarterback from Texas? Bro was just placed. Bro was just putting the ball like right. Every throw, it was just like, I'm gonna drop this dime in here. Every throw.
So I'm with Tonio too because I'm gonna defend Kool-Aid. Also, Kool-Aid was right there for a couple of those throws. Like it was just a perfectly thrown ball. You couldn't play any better defense for it. So
nah, bro, it was bad. But go ahead, because I ain't gonna.
There was one touchdown pass he threw. It looked like an old school Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary, where he threw that bitch straight up, and it came down like a fucking atomic bomb, just perfectly placed. Oh, it was such a nice pass.
Bad play by the safety. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the first half was a little bit rough. Ewers didn't look as good in the first half, but come out in that second half, especially towards the end of the third, he was fucking rolling from then to the end of the game. It felt like everything he did was just on the money. He could do no wrong from that point on. I mean, he looked really good as far as them playing in the SEC. It's hard for me to say because Bama doesn't look like how Bama normally looks. So it's my same kind of argument with Colorado. Like, what are they going to look like against the cream of the crop of the SEC? And while Bama may still be up there, I don't think they're on the level of like a Georgia at this point. I think it's a down year for Bama. And I think if they're able to retool and reload, if Saban's able to get the program back to where their expectations are, because realistically, the only reason we expect this is because of how dominant they've been the last 10, 15 years. I'm not sure if the talent on Texas is going to be able to hang at that point.
What about you, Billy?
So watching the game, I picked Alabama just because. So Stark is 1-5 against top 5 teams, or 1-7, excuse me, against top 5 teams. I said that in the famous TikTok, but Stark outcoached Saban, and I think Saban was getting frustrated. You can see him on the sidelines. When Saban loses his cool, it's because he thinks the team should be beating the other team. But Nick Saban didn't lose his cool one time. So I just feel like maybe he knows the team he has, and like everybody else has said, is not the Alabama team we're used to seeing.
Because Billy Butler was like, as soon as number 84 for Alabama, the wide receiver, got off. Sorry, John, his name shouldn't be known. I'm not going to. As soon as they lost, he was like on IG Live and talking about, look, babe, look how many people watching my live. That's not no Nick Saban shit, bro. Like,
no, I didn't know any of this. This is crazy.
Bro. Well, it's cool having a Bama fan right here in the crib, bro. So especially when Ole Miss is 2-0.
So, I will say that I think.
Hey, acknowledge what I said about Ole Miss being 2-0 last week when I talked.
Who cares? But
Texas Tech is 0-2, so it matters.
And again, who cares? We're still again.
Also, Billy, real quick,
yes.
I am winning the bet.
What's that?
Texas A&M. I said Texas was gonna have more wins than Texas A&M. I'm winning that too.
That's next year, Tonio. That's not even a bet yet.
That's this year. Why the fuck would you write this a year in advance?
Because the bet was.
Oh my God! What a nigga.
SEC.
Huh?
When they get to the SEC.
I didn't say that.
Texas plays
I didn't
one
say that.
SEC team this year.
Don't matter.
Oh, so then when Texas A&M beats more SEC teams than Texas this year, I win the bet.
That ain't what we said. We said better record. You are just move. What? Hey, do the goalpost thing, Matt. Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Anyway, yes. It doesn't
Put a
look like
sound
a Nick
effect on
Saban coach team. I think having a coach like Prime, and we're going to bring him up again. I'm sorry, Matt, but this is what we're doing. Having a coach like Prime that lets you be yourself, but still coaches his practices and holds his players to the same standard that Nick Saban does, but still lets you kind of be your own guy, to where we'll see some kind of maybe a pacifier mouthpiece for Colorado. I don't think that would be out of the absolute question for Prime, but for a Nick Saban team, he kind of puts his reins on it, but Dion does let his players kind of do his thing. And I think we're seeing the downfall of Alabama team. And we even said it this year, Tonio, you and I both said this is not going to be a good year for Bama unless they figure out how to do what they did back in the day. And it doesn't look like they're able to be doing that right now.
And I just,
how much of this do you think is the NIL deals?
It's all NIL. I was going to
At
say
least
that.
95%.
I think that you can't control somebody you got to pay now, or that's getting paid.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to do what they want to do as long as they brand getting represented. I think because Nick got a few NIL players, just a few, not a lot.
Just a few,
And
yeah.
I think that's where you're going to have to be like, hey, you getting this money, but I'll sit your ass down because fuck it, we losing anyway.
The whole point of going to Alabama, Tonio, is to get to the league. If I'm already making the money that I want to make,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now you gotta find out what these kids' heart is, bro. Like, who really want to play, bro? If Nick Saban came to me right now, I would leave the Navy and go and sacrifice everything because I know I'm going to the league in at least 2 years. Like, I might not go next year, but I could be on the bench just getting in game shape, and then the next season, who the hell is Antonio Moore? Well, he got 4 sacks in this game. League ready, probably second rounder right now. End of the year, I'm late 20s in the first round. I don't think kids give a fuck about that no more.
Calm down, Brandon Whedon.
But it's weird though, bro, because Bryce Young was making a bad. But if you watch him in them games they was losing last year, bro was giving it all he had because he wanted to fucking win and get to the league. So I don't know. You just got to pick them apart now.
It's a mindset thing too.
What's up, Chris?
I think it's mostly a mindset thing too, though.
Well, so that's where I was going with the next thing, because you said Bryce Young. Bryce Young, when they were down against Auburn, dude, Bryce Young was on those receivers. He was yelling on the sideline. He was getting everybody ready. If you saw the pan over to Jalen Milroe, he just was kind of there, just like, all right, I'm just waiting to go back in type of shit. I don't know, in high school especially, you're just sitting there like, well, defense fucked it up. I got to go out there and score a fucking touchdown. Great. And that's where Jalen Milroe kind of looked like he was doing. I don't want to cast aspersions, but looking at the sideline, that's where my mind was that he was thinking about. Whereas,
so what's next, man? My fault.
No. I was gonna say we can move on to our pick'ems for college.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. So this week on Saturday, Chris, you're not gonna be missing much, so make sure you spend that time with the wife. I do a bunch of extra shit during the week to make sure I have Saturday and Sunday to do whatever I want. If you just do the dishes or like early morning on Saturday, if you mow the yard before everybody wakes up, it's easier to kind of, you know what I mean? Just to throw that out there.
Don't tell him how to be a husband.
I'm not telling him how to be a husband.
Days are booked, Billy. I got 3 kids with homework and reading and all kinds of
homework shit.
I
don't have homework and shit yet. My kids would be dumb. I don't care. I'm watching.
You not see that fucking spin that quarterback put on that ball? Fuck your geometry.
I can't teach you 2 + 2, but I can teach you how to read a cover 2.
You know what a fucking A-gap is, little Missy?
No, I'll make Lorelai a kicker. I don't care. She'll be all right.
Tell me what a stun is right now.
All right.
I'll tell you about this safety's responsibilities in the run game.
Oh, man. Billy, let's get to these pick'ems.
All right. So let's go. Big Ten action. Christian's going to get excited about this one. Let's go with you first then, Christian. Penn State, Illinois. Who are you taking?
Penn State easily.
Penn State easily, huh?
31-10.
Jesus Christ. All right. Matthew.
I'm going Penn State as well. This is a good game to finally see what the new quarterback in Penn State, what he's got. I forget his name, but he's the first one in a decade. So,
All right, good point. Tonio, go ahead.
Penn State.
Christian, Chris.
Penn State's favored by over 2 touchdowns. I'm going to take Penn State.
Don't get into the numbers.
Way to just read the fucking spread. Upset of the fucking month this year is going to be Illinois over Penn State. Penn State's going to find a way to fuck it up. James Franklin fucking sucks.
He does suck. I hate him.
I'm going Illinois.
I mean,
Brian Kelly.
Illinois was in a. I'm just going off Illinois being in a dogfight with Toledo, bro. So
Toledo's good. Tennessee was in a dogfight against Austin Peavy. You want to talk about that, or are we?
Toledo put up like 71 points the first week versus some fucking Division III school.
Here's a good one. College Game Day was here live last year, but Florida's kind of looking shitty. But Florida, Tennessee. This year it's in Gainesville.
Tennessee by 37.
Chris.
Who's coaching Tennessee?
Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I didn't know how to
I'm gonna
pronounce
take-
his name.
He used to be a quarterback.
Florida.
He used to be a quarterback for who, Christian?
Oklahoma, back in the early 2000s when they won the title.
Oh, we never winning them chips all the time? Jeez.
Now he's
So
fat.
Chris is going Florida, though. Christian, where are you going?
I'm going Tennessee. Let me give you all the points. I'm going to go 27-17.
I respect it. Also, I do want to say for these pick'ems, Chris was sitting here saying, the Bears and the Packers, you guys are going, the over-under is fucking 40 points, blah, blah, blah. And then
We knew what we was talking about.
And then the Packers just fucking put the dick on them. There we go. There.
Long dick style, too.
All right.
Gave him
Matthew.
every last inch.
I bet that Bears-Packers game was probably the battle of the biggest dicks, though, out of quarterbacks.
You think Jordan Love is a bigger dick than Justin Fields? I don't think so.
No, I said the battle of the biggest dicks for NFL quarterbacks.
Oh,
Can we just move
But
on?
Tennessee by 14.
So let's get a little, I don't know what you call it. Let's get to the game.
I'm only going Tennessee here because Florida let me down last time. So
Was Matt moving the goalpost there, or was he measuring?
Measuring is different than moving.
Yeah, those were dongs.
All right, here's the big one, Tonio. LSU versus Mississippi State.
Oh, we already know where Tonio's going.
Hates Brian
I'm
Kelly.
going
He ain't
Mississippi
picking Brian Kelly to win a goddamn thing.
I'm going
ever.
Mississippi State, bro. I hate them, but I like Will Rogers. I don't know why. I just feel like Will Rogers is a good quarterback. He's just at Mississippi State, so he don't get talked about a lot. I think Christian went to the game. He could back up what I'm saying.
Is that Mr.
Christian,
Rogers'
am I right?
fucking grandson?
Yeah.
Christian, am I right?
Yeah.
Christian, is he
So
right?
you got
I'm going LSU, 35-21.
Chris, did you make a pick? I missed it, I think.
No, I didn't. Question for Tonio. How far down do I got to go on like a top X coaching list for me to include Brian Kelly and you don't give me a look? If I said top 30 head coach, would I still get a look?
no. I give him top 30.
What about top?
I give him top 15, bro.
He could coach a MAC team again.
So-
Top 15. Take it easy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take top 15 college football head coach Brian Kelly. I'm gonna go with the LSU Tigers.
That's
Chris,
nasty
give me
work,
a
bro.
point spread.
Man, you act like I watch the games enough to give you a fucking point spread. I can't name a player on neither team.
Oh, never mind.
I can give you like Quinn Ewers, Caleb Williams. I think there's a Shadur.
Around
there's
draft
another
time,
good
Chris must
quarterback.
be so surprised.
Jalen
Draft comes around, he's like, draft comes around. Who
No,
the fuck
see,
is
when
this guy?
When the draft comes around, I take a look at the mock drafts and then I look up highlight videos. And then I'm like, okay, this guy looks like he's pretty fucking good, you know?
I got you.
Tease Tabor.
Oh, Chris, you haven't been here for a mock draft show. Oh, man. Okay.
No. Oh, y'all do mock drafts?
Oh yeah, we get deep.
Yeah.
I can probably give y'all a top 10.
Did we ever analyze ours to see? It was all fucked. We all said
No, we need
Hey,
a whole first round.
hey. Man, get to it, man. But we ain't talking about draft right now. Get to it,
Don't
baby.
talk to me like
No,
that.
first of all, you're right. But
All
yes,
right, I got LSU.
LSU, Matt. Gotcha. I'm
It's
also
gonna be
going
6-3.
I'm also going Brian Kelly, top 5 pick or top 5 coach.
Top 5.
Fuck no.
I'm just saying that. I don't know. He's probably top 10. He's in there.
Bro couldn't even wash Mel Tucker's jockstrap.
Shit, the way
He's not even coaching.
He can watch anything he is.
All right, take it easy. All right, hold on. All right, Christian's corner. We got about 10 minutes, Christian. You
that's
have some good ones for us.
Do
We
we not
ain't
want to
doing
do the
10
NBA
minutes.
topic?
Huh?
We ain't doing
Nah,
10
they
minutes
suck.
of Christian's corner, all right?
We had an NBA topic Tony I wanted to cover. What happened with that?
No, we all vetoed it.
Yeah, Christian said no. Even
Hey,
though,
so
even
if
though
we
it's,
went over
it's trending
Christian
right now.
Christian said 10 minutes on Christian's corner. So let's pick and choose. Let's decide, is he the CEO or not?
Is that the topic? Is that the fucking topic?
Yeah, you
So
want to
LeBron's pissed at the what is it, the FIBA team?
No, Chris, we're not.
You got one more time to do that.
What you gonna do?
You got one more time to do that.
Christian,
Man,
do
go
you
on
know
with
you
your
know you can
corner.
add and unmute yourself, right?
No, I didn't. I know I could unmute myself.
So
Hey,
Christian,
why you gonna be doing that to me, Billy?
so look, I'm gonna show you something. Look at the bottom. You see where
Billy.
it says all this stuff?
Billy,
What?
get the corner going before we end the show right now.
Oh, Christian, go the corner. Yeah.
Christian's corner. Come on. All right, here we go. You got in the prime, no injuries or anything. Christian McCaffrey, Marshall Faulk, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Fault.
This is NFL.
NFL.
Marshall Faulk. Easy. And Marshall
My
Faulk looked
turn?
like me. That's why I'm picking him. He looked like I did, but he was so good.
Tonio, Chris.
I said I was the first one to speak. I said Falk.
Oh,
Faulk.
I was just louder.
All right, well, I'll go before Tonio, but it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick somebody from current events and go Christian McCaffrey too.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Same
LT.
rushing numbers, better receiving numbers in the modern era.
I'm gonna go LT.
I mean, his quarterbacks ain't throwing to Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce though, so let's calm down.
Hey, that means Falk's even more open. If you got 2 Hall of Famers running past you, I'm not worried about fucking Falk.
Yeah,
I got
that's
2
why he got all the
linebackers.
fucking yards he did. That's the point.
I got 2 linebackers for y'all. Vontez Burfict or Dante Hightower.
Dante Hightower.
Shit, I'm gonna take Vontez Burfict because if I want to win a game, I'm gonna tell him, "Hey, you knocked this motherfucker out the game in the first quarter, and we got it. I don't need him to play no more after that. Just knock this motherfucker out. You get kicked out of the game, we good because you trash anyway.
Good to go.
Realistically, I'm gonna take Dante Hightower. He's far superior player.
Oh, yeah.
But Vontez Burfict gonna put that hit on the motherfucker.
Burfict just has a name
Easy.
attached to him.
Dante Hightower.
And Billy, who'd you go with? Hightower?
No, Vontez Burfict for sure. I want him to take whoever it is out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Burfict. I like Hightower, but I think I'm gonna go Burfict. Which defense had was more impressive? The Cleveland Browns defense or the Dallas Cowboys?
Come on.
The
dude.
Browns, they did it against a good team.
I like that. I didn't think I thought y'all were gonna overlook that.
So
Nobody gives a fuck about Dallas, bro, except for Chris.
Well, you got to factor in. I'm a Dallas fan, but you still got to factor in competition. The Giants aren't making the playoffs. The Bengals are going to be probably number 2 seed in that conference.
Yeah.
No, what?
They're not going to be the number 2 seed in the AFC? No, they're not.
I think no matter what, it's the Cowboys because you know how hard it is to shut out a team? Like the Browns, I don't think they shut them out, did they?
No, they got field goal.
Yeah, so they got into field goal position. The Giants did not.
So did the Giants, but they had one blocked and they missed one.
Yeah, well, Sorry.
I'm going with the Browns. Yeah, that's just they played someone.
I'm going with the Browns too. Anytime you do anything like that, if Joe Burrow Joe Burrow could have played 50% better, and I still would go with the Browns because he's so good.
Joe Burrow could have played 50% better and still had a worse game than Dak Prescott. And that's fucking saying something. You gave the stats earlier, and we thought Dak's game was Daniel Jones' game. So
Let me move some pass rushers. In their prime, no injuries, nothing like that. Who had the better career? No, you just need them for one game. Julius Peppers, Dwight Freeney, Michael Strahan.
fuck, that's hard.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm going Julius Peppers. Just for that, I think he was the better athlete out of all three of them.
Yes. I'm going Julius Peppers
Actually,
too.
I know he's the better athlete out of all three of them.
I'm going Julius Peppers too, but I'm only because I was going to go Michael Strahan, but now I'm thinking he had OCU Manura and Justin Tuck on the other side, so it's a little easier for him to kind of, even
But
though
what
he was
about his
older,
earlier years, though?
Freeney had Mathis as well.
Freeney
Peppers
did that
never
well,
had
and Monte
anybody.
Rager was playing. Monte Rager played really good too. But I think I'm going to go Julius Peppers also. That's hard though. That's a good one.
I think I'm going to lean very slightly towards Michael Strahan. Just I got a lot of respect for him, seeing him multiple times every year. And then he had the numbers. Like he had I think he was a single season sack leader until fairly recently.
Nah, DeMarcus Ware beat him, I thought. Well, DeMarcus was still
He might have tied him.
I think he still
It
has
was
it. Still
20
tied.
and a half, I want to say.
22 and a half.
Yeah, I'm going to go Strahan there with Peppers a really close second because he never had that guy on the other end to take away some of the double coverage or double block, whatever you want to call the double teams from the O-line.
There you go.
Weren't
Yeah.
him and Jared Allen in Carolina at the same time?
Nah, but it was way late. No. Jared Allen went to Carolina after.
Well, no, I know, but then didn't JP go back, or is that when JP was on the Packers?
Ooh, I don't know exactly.
It was right around that time frame.
Chris, look it up. Give us the
I'm
sack leader.
Jared Allen played in Carolina his very last year, and he split that he was with the Bears for 3 games that year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think Peppers came back to Carolina for that year.
I think he did his last year. He retired with the Panthers.
No, he retired with the Panthers, but I think it was the year before Jared Allen went to the Panthers.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was. Yeah, that's what.
And he only had 2 sacks that whole year, so it's not like he wasn't the Jared Allen that was in Minnesota.
He's an old white guy. What do you expect from him?
Yeah.
One of the best celebrations too. That little the rope thing,
rodeo,
the cowboy thing.
That was cool.
I got 2 more. One in their prime. I mean, both these guys in their prime. Tyreek Hill or Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown.
Oh, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, easy.
Antonio Brown had probably the greatest. Go ahead, Tonio.
Before he got crazy, I think he was still leading in like receive. He was leading in something he was leading in blessing. Before he went crazy, bro. Like Steelers kick you in your chest, Antonio Brown, probably one of the greatest things I ever watched.
The end zone celebrations when he would like jump on the pole. That shit was so goddamn funny too. AB. Man.
Antonio Brown's 6-year stretch, his last 6 years in Pittsburgh. Receptions 110, 129, 136, 106, 101, 104. Yards 1,500, 1,700, 1,800, 1,300, 1,500, 1,300. Touchdowns 13, 10, 12, 9, and 15. Like we're talking about a stretch of years.
So
that's a 6-year stretch that like nobody can touch ever.
What do you consider
maybe
prime?
Jerry
Best
Rice
season or best 6 seasons?
Prime isn't one season. Prime is prime. The prime.
Yeah, but like if you hit your prime and it's only 1 season, like
that's not your prime. That's you're a 1 season guy at that point. You're a Peyton Hillis.
Who you got, Matt? That's all I need to know.
I'm gonna go Antonio Brown if we're gonna put it that way. But I just think last year
We-
Tyreek Hill is better than any Brown season.
Last one. Donovan, both of them in their prime. Donovan McNabb.
Chris,
Who?
you didn't pick who you.
Oh, I'm going AB.
All right.
No, but who? What were the quarterbacks again?
Donovan McNabb or Steve McNabb?
Going Steve. That's not even hard for me. Air McNair. No. About him and Mississippi.
What is this? What's happening?
Hey, I think your thing is your.
Yeah, anybody with the name Air McNair, they beat Donovan McNabb by a landslide. Also, he was like that. He was just like that, bro. So yeah, I'm going Air McNair.
Can't argue with that.
Chris?
I can argue with it, and I'm going to.
Oh,
McNair played 161 games. McNabb played 167. Completion percentage, McNair was 60.1. McNabb was 59%. And this is where the stats get fucking crazy. Yards, McNair was 31,304. McNabb was 37,276. They both had the same average amount of yards per attempt at 6.9 yards per game. McNabb had 223 versus McNair's 194. And then when I said it was going to get crazy, here it is. Touchdowns, 234 for McNabb to 174 for McNair. McNabb had 2 less interceptions in 800 more passing attempts, and he was sacked over 150 more times while putting up all those additional numbers. And realistically, the only time he ever had a good receiver was T.O., and they hated each other's fucking guts. And T.O. was only there for, 2 or 3 years?
no.
Yeah, well,
Theo was there for like 6 years.
No, he was there like,
No,
Was he really?
Theo was there
No,
for
he
a
played like
season and a half.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
recall him being there that long.
He
Let's
was.
I think he went in like
He
the
was not
mid
there more than 2
2000s,
seasons.
and he came to Dallas in like 08, I want to say.
he was in Philly, I know, 2 years.
yeah, well, having T.O. 1 or 2 years,
Oh, it was
versus
2 years
having-
in Philly.
Was it only 2
Haven't
years in Philly?
Yeah.
having T.O. for 2
God
years
damn.
versus having goddamn
He didn't even
Derek-
have 2,000 yards in Philly. Tonio,
Don't
it wasn't
matter.
like he was prime T.O.
who is Derek Mason?
Derek Mason is a great
He's a solid receiver.
Was
Ty
he
Mason.
T.O.? Was he T.O.?
No.
Are we just forgetting that he threw to Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Derek Mason is the guy for McNair. And this dude played with Deshaun Jackson, Maclin, T.O. Derek Mason is what we going with. I don't give a fuck about them yards, Chris.
Baltimore Ravens legend.
He
Bingo.
got Deshaun Jackson for his last 2 years in Philly. Those were Deshaun's first 2
Chris.
years.
Derek Mason. And
Those
you
numbers
know-
are crazy, though, Tonio. You can't say
and
that.
you-
I do. That's a good argument.
Derek
Correct.
Mason and Drew Bennett. Billy, who are they? That's
Who?
Steve
Derek
McNair.
Mason had 8,000-yard seasons in the early 2000s when nobody was passing the rock. How you just going to
Man,
disrespect
guess-
Derek Mason like he's a
Hey,
fucking
man.
bum?
I ain't calling him a bum, but I ain't calling him T.O. or Deshaun Jackson. Ain't nobody like, man, you remember that boy Derek Mason? He was so good. Nobody's never said that, Chris, ever.
You just said it.
Drew Bennett. Who the fuck? Who? What'd you say? Who?
Oh,
Hey, you want to know something that's really funny? You love Deshaun Jackson. Why does Derek Mason have 800 more receiving yards for his career?
I didn't say I loved him. I just said,
Ooh.
hey,
Here we go.
Deshaun
Here
come
we
back
go.
this year and still get them 800 yards if he wants to. Deshaun, watch the show, come back, get 800 yards. We need you in New England.
Brother, here's Deshaun's last 6 years in receiving yards: 668, 774, and then the last 4 especially: 159, 236, 454, and 153. Who the fuck is scared of Deshaun Jackson right now? He ain't had 1,000 yards in the last 4 years combined.
Yeah, but how many 60-yard touchdowns do you have the last 4
Derek
years?
Mason had 1,000 yards 8 times. Deshaun
I would
Jackson
say
has done it
Mason-
5 and hasn't combined for 1,000 in his last 4 years. Let's
Mason
stop.
wasn't a burner. He was a route runner. He was that's why his career lasted long. Once Jackson, which he still got wheels, once he couldn't take it over the top, though, that was it. He wasn't ever going to route you up.
Best punt
He
return of
was-
all time, though.
He
Oh,
was
wow.
Tyreek Hill, but an off-brand version.
Better
He's
He paved the
smaller.
way.
deep ball wise.
Yeah.
So, Matt, are you also going? You're going Donovan McNabb?
I am.
Christian, what about you?
I did a little research. I was thinking I would go McNair, but then I can't stand him, but he scores. He wins. I'm going McNabb.
The only reason I'm not going Aaron McNair here is Donovan McNabb is my favorite quarterback of all time. I don't have any stats.
Really?
He's my favorite. I'm not saying he's the best. Take it easy.
He was
No,
my
no,
go-to
no,
fantasy
like-
quarterback when I first started. He was one of the
just
few that got
reminds-
rushing yards.
His
I just-
game is fat,
He
slow.
was slow as hell.
Okay,
Right.
hold on. Take it easy, real fast. So
He
I
looked
was
like
a
the
fat, slow
bus
kid.
at quarterback, bro.
Huh?
He looked like the bus at quarterback.
I ain't gonna go
Again,
Stomach
Right.
hanging out of his jersey, like it shit just he just looked
It
like
looks
he just out there.
hey,
Yeah,
after a
bro.
couple cans of fucking Campbell's chunky soup, that's what it
That's
does.
what he looked like.
But
He looked
I
like
will
that.
give him this though. Although he looked fat, unathletic, people couldn't catch his ass for some
Oh.
odd reason.
So Donovan McNabb, my favorite quarterback of all time. That's the only reason. If any list comes up, it's hard for me to take anybody over Donovan McNabb just because he's my favorite of all time. I saw him big. He could still kind of run the ball. I was like, oh, this guy is what I would want to do.
You
This is
remember
who I would
that
want
fat
to
ass
be.
quarterback from Grambling? That big one that they was making? That's what Donovan McNabb looked like, bro. That fat ass quarterback from Grambling, bro.
And it was the first time I ever saw an NFL commercial with someone else's mom in there, and I love my mom, so I always thought that was really cool.
Campbell's.
I'm going Donovan McNabb.
But I love my mama.
Hey,
I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm picking the Eagles quarterback. Like, come on now. That should let you know what it is.
Chris, you tripping, bro. Fuck Donovan McNabb and his big ass.
I agree.
I
Fuck
want
him, but he's the better player of the two.
Oh, bro.
Space Jam. It took me a second. I was thinking about it.
Tonio, real quick, did you say fuck Donovan McNabb and his big ass? Or did you say his big
Four.
ass?
Big ass forehead, bro.
Oh, I think you said his big ass.
Bad,
He is-
bad on
he
NFL
is-
Network, though, too. Let me say that about Donovan McNabb. Bad on NFL Network. Jesus Christ.
His takes have always been dog shit.
just
Well,
like his
anytime you
play.
say, I don't like Terrell Owens, that's pretty starting off on the wrong foot.
Top 3
Why I don't like
receiver all
Chris
time.
Carter.
I think so.
Anyway,
Oh, I'm glad we came back to Chris Carter. I do love Chris's take. He has one of my favorite takes of all time where he's like, if you're an NFL superstar, you always get a fall guy. I just think that is the coolest take ever. He's just like, yeah, get someone to go to jail for you, bail him out. And it's like, yeah, why are we not? Who else is talking about that? That's
somebody needs to
Didn't
tell
he get a lot of
Morant
shit
that.
for that take, though?
he did.
That's a
and I
real
don't know
take.
why. Why the fuck is that a bad take? Like,
John Morant should have like campaign come to the team and he be the fall guy.
no, John Morant
he's
needs
from-
probably about 3 other fall guys. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help when
Cam
Josh's friends are trying to hide from like when
Yeah.
Josh is doing the shit. But oh,
But
Josh.
that's for another show. We'll talk about that when Christian says we can talk about something other than football. Christian's corner was good. Wasn't missed, but it was good. We'll do it again in 3 weeks. Hey, Matt, what you got going on, man?
I got nothing going on. Just waiting for football to come back. I'm so excited it's back.
Chris, Durag Shorty, what you got going on?
Well, if you see by my title, I'm just getting ready for this 2-0 start to the Cowboy season. We finna smack the shit out the
I
Jets.
hope the Jets kick 3 field goals and beat the shit out of y'all 9-3.
Hey, do we want to add a pick 'em at the end?
Yeah.
All right.
Cowboys. Put me down. Cowboys.
Put me down for the Jets, bro.
For the good of the show, though, in a way, I kind of hope Dak looks like complete dog shit and just throws the game and it's easily winnable so I can come on here and talk.
All right. Matt, who are you taking for the Cowboys Jets?
As long as Zach Wilson doesn't act like he's playing Madden and get the ball and run straight backwards, I think the Jets are going to win this game.
Christian.
Give me Dallas.
Right.
2010.
I'm rolling with.
So stop predicting points. They both suck offensively now.
That's what y'all tried to say last time. 2010.
I'm going. Yeah, everybody gave Christian shit for his spread, and everybody was eating their crow.
The
Looking like
fucking Packers covered the spread damn near by themselves.
I'm also going the Jets here. I think Zach Wilson, Milf Hunter, is going to be out there in Dallas looking for some
Slinging.
Cougars
That
to
dick.
fucking hunt down.
Well, Christian, what you got going on?
nothing. It was a great show. I'm glad we were able to squeeze in Christian's corner. A little
No
high
interview coming up.
Nothing with that. Waiting to hear back, so we're just being patient.
I mean, he got the third interview. I mean, we're just waiting at this point.
I just got to get a schedule date for it. So
Yeah, hell, we wait, man.
hopefully
Because you working with a motherfucker can't count wood. It's gonna make you look bad. So it's,
which is
Billy.
ridiculous.
It's been another fun show with you, man. Logo, bro. Like I said, man, me and Billy got to sit down and talk to my dog Law, get some merch out. Shows doing numbers. Y'all keep sharing, and subscribing. TikTok's going crazy. I think we had 10K off one reel. What?
No, my takes are bad on TikTok. Was my
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. We told y'all from the beginning. We just regular dudes out here telling y'all how we feel. Might not even be close, but it is. So yeah, we'll see y'all next week for another episode of BrickShots with Billy and Tonio. Peace.
Appreciate it.